Hello, I'm Bill Adamucci, and I'd like to talk to you today about what Unity of Bellevue means to me and why I support this church. When I first moved here 20 years ago, it is what I would call a very tumultuous time of my life. But it was also made a lot of excitement because I come to the Pacific Northwest. I'd always wanted to come here. I'd been here visiting on business and really loved it. And so when I had the opportunity to come here, I seized that opportunity and jumped right on it. From a tumultuous side, every coin has pluses and minuses. I had new opportunities going on. I love being here. It gave me a chance to be who I wanted to be. On the other side, I was going through a separation of 26 years of marriage. My kids are scattered all over. My parents had been diagnosed as having cancer and some other dread disease, and they were going to be dying in a couple of years. So it was a pretty tough time for me at that point in time. And I had never heard of a Unity Church. I was raised Roman Catholic, enjoyed that. I'm proud of having done that. It gave a great foundation. And when I came here, I was looking for a church to go to. I'd always go to church on Sunday, and that was my habit to do, and I found some comfort in that. But I wasn't finding a church that really was meeting my needs. So what I did was one time I was down in California visiting a friend, and I went to a Unity church there. It was a rather small church, maybe 25% of the size of this church. And I really liked what I heard. It felt very good. So I came home, and at the time we didn't have the internet, so I looked in the telephone book. And the telephone book, I saw Unity of Bellevue. I was living in Redmond at the time. And so I thought, well, then I'll go there. And I came, and I had what a lot of people describe here, I've heard it said many times, when you come here, I felt like I was at home. And I really enjoyed that. So I thought, well, I think I'll keep going back. So what I did was, initially when I did that, I started embracing the message. I started to really look at where I was and where I was going. And I also felt that this was a new concept for me. And so I went and did the meditation classes. I learned about praying and talking to God, not beseeching, but just talking to God. And I found that from a standpoint of that, I really was finding inner peace. So I really loved that. So initially, my love for the church got what I was getting out of it. But then over time, it grew into what I was receiving and giving back to the church. And it really was becoming part of this community. I really love the community. I love the folks here, and that's why I've been coming for 20 years. Probably the most influential step I took was maybe, I don't even remember, it must be 10 to 15 years ago. We had a project to renovate this building, and I was asked to be the campaign chairman. So I did. And you always get close to people when you're reaching for their wallet, I think. So we got a group of people out, and we had teams, and we did project renewal, project renewal, and we raised the money to renovate the church. Through that process, I got to know people extremely well. I worked hard with them, and it really proved the concept that if you give in service, you get so much back. And I did get so much back. So I really felt part of the community and got to know the individual members of the community extremely well. And it's been a wonderful ride. And there's been some bumps. There always is in any organization, church being no exception. We have had different ministers. We've had some financial stresses, I guess I would say. But this congregation always pulls together. They always make it happen. So that's what I really think is great about the church, is the people that are here makes the congregation. The message is the message, and I think everybody buys into it and loves it, but it's really the folks, and that's why I'm here doing what I do. From a financial standpoint, I think it's important to support your family, and that's what we all seem to do if we have a family. And we need to support that on a sustaining basis. So I felt that that's one of the things that I like to do, and I would be remiss if I didn't say something about the pledge drive, and that is, the pledge drive to me is only a vehicle and a reminder to say, when I'm not here, expenses still continue, lights have to go on, et cetera, et cetera. So my feeling is that's why I support the church. You will have your own reason for supporting the church. But I love the family, I love being here, and I really look forward to coming here every Sunday. So thank you very much, and I'll say goodbye.